Wait, why am I nervous? Wait, stop. Hi guys, welcome to my... Hi guys, welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I'm not very prepared for this, as you can tell. I haven't washed my face, you know, I've been doing schoolwork. And like originally I wanted to like, you know, maybe look a bit better and also like be a bit more prepared. But then I was thinking about it and I was like, might as well just film it because, you know, this is me being authentic. This is, you know, how I normally am. No need to like dress up a bit more and like put on this facade, you know what I mean? So we're just gonna get right into it, guys. This is so weird to me because I feel like on TikTok and Instagram, like my goal is always to make the content as short as possible. Like, and now I'm realizing I can literally make like 30-minute videos and it's fine. Like that to me, I'm like, guys, this is crazy. What is this video gonna be about? Oh yeah, I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm gonna introduce myself and I'm also gonna go through the Q&A that you guys left for me on Instagram. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Why do I feel like I'm in an interview right now? So, hi, my name is... Oh my god, stop. What was that? What was that? No, what was that? Okay, run it back. So, if you guys don't already know, my name is Tina, and I'm a 4th year student at University of Toronto in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm currently studying kinesiology. And yeah. Guys, it's gonna be a long video, I'm sorry. Let's just pull up the Q&A. I feel like that will give me some direction, you know what I mean? Let's just do that. Let's go from the top. When is gonna be your first vlog on YouTube? Never. What are the best food spots in the 6? Ooh. As big-backed as I am, I feel like I'm not really qualified to talk about food spots. Because like, I don't really like eat out. Okay, no, just kidding, I do. But I feel like I'm not like a food connoisseur, you know what I mean? Guys, I don't know. Can we skip this question? I'm sorry. Near Dundas Square, there's this like food like strip thingy, and I forget what it's called, but they have like really good churros there. But yeah, that's it. I don't know, sorry. Favorite song? Ooh, okay, I like this question. Probably Stargazing by The Neighborhood and Sienna by The Marias. How do you stay motivated to get work done, study, etc.? Okay, lovely question. I definitely want to make a more in-depth video about this because I feel like there's so much that I could say, but I think, like, honestly, the thing that I could probably tell you right now is just to romanticize it. Like, let's say, like, you're gonna go study or something, literally, like, put on, like, a very, like, cute outfit, like, make sure you're, like, nice and dressed up, go get a little, like, nice drink, and like go study somewhere nice. I feel like environment also plays a really big role. So like when I go to cafes and stuff like that, I feel like nice and I feel like, okay, I want to be productive and stuff like that. What was the hardest thing about starting this journey? I think a lot of people always say that like starting is the hardest part, but I think I would argue otherwise. I think starting for me wasn't really the problem, but it's more about being consistent and maintaining that. That's probably more hard to me. But also I guess I would say that like before I started there was definitely in my mind like, oh, you know, what would others think, because I know that I would have to go out of my comfort zone and like, you know, like filming like in the gym, like that was something that had never really appealed to me before, and I was like, I used to be really embarrassed to film myself in the gym. But I think that, I guess to answer your question, probably like getting over the fear of judgment and also fear of failure that I knew that would come along the way. But once I was able to sort of mitigate that, it definitely becomes easier. Will you make a vlog when you travel to Mars? Guys, of course. Like, what is your major? Kinesiology. What are you studying? Kinesiology. Favorite singer / band and music genre? The Marias. Love them. And music genre, I honestly, guys, I listen to everything. Like, I think for specifics, it's such a contrast, but I really like indie and rap. They're like polar opposites, but honestly, like if you give me a song, any song from any genre, I'll probably like it just because like I feel like I have such a diverse palette of music. I love music so much. What is your favorite class right now? Great question. I think probably KP 42. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like sirens in the back, and I feel like that's just a perfect depiction of Toronto. But yeah, 428, it's called ergogenic aids in exercise. Nutrition and ergogenic aids in exercise. Not a question, but I love your content and editing style. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. How old are you? How old do I look? I am 21. I am born in October. Any advices to keep your mind focused on your tasks and remember everything? Guys, Google Calendar. Google Calendar will be your best friend. Ever since I started using Google Calendar, have I forgotten tasks? Yes. But have I forgotten less tasks? Yes. And as someone who like forgets things so often, very, very useful. What inspired you to start making your super cool, cutesy, badass videos? Love you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Looking back now, I think that as a child, I just loved video editing. I loved everything that had to do with it. And like, I used to be such a huge video star girl. Like, I'm not sure if you guys remember that app, but like, and I'm low-key about to expose myself right now, like really, really hard. But I feel like it's kind of a funny story now that I look back at it. But like, video editing used to be my riz, okay? I'm tearing up. Oh my god. I think I'm just tearing up because it's so embarrassing, but it's also funny. In the past, I made a music video to Hands by Myself by Selena Gomez, and I sent it to my crush at the time. Wait, guys, I'm actually crying. Did he leave me on red? Yes. But as I was just trying to point out, I just really liked video editing and I'd use it in all aspects of my life. And I used to manually do my transitions. Like, I'm not sure if you guys, like, you know how, like, for instance, let's just take a simple transition, like a sliding right transition. Like, I'll probably insert one here right now. Okay, something like that. Nowadays, there's just like a simple button that you can click to make that happen. But back in the day, when that really didn't really exist, I used to have this application called Cute Cut, okay? And I used to manually trim my transitions from one frame to the next. And that would take so much effort. Like, I'm not sure if you guys realize, but like manually transitioning things with keyframes is a lot of work. But I used to just always love that. And like for my friends' birthdays and stuff, I would always make edits of them. I think just like animations in general, I just really loved. And I remember when I was in grade 6, people were doing like presentations. I forgot what it was about. But I just remember I went crazy on the animations. And I remember after I presented, people were telling me, they're like, oh my god, that was so funny. And like, I never really paid attention to it until I started this account. And then people were telling me like, you know, they're like saying like, oh my god, your editing's so fun, your editing's so good. And I was looking back and I was like, oh, actually, I think it was like a really big part of my life and I didn't really realize it. So with that being said, I think my advice to you guys is always to just lean into what you've always been good at. And I think a good way of finding out, you know, what you're good at is to look back into your childhood and just identify the thing that you've just been consistent with this whole time and something that you think that you've just been doing. I also really like storytelling, and I also am learning cinematography. I've done a few cinematography films for my lacrosse team. I also do play lacrosse on the women's lacrosse team at uoft. And it's so funny because like it is really weird being a player on the team and also filming at the same time. I think there's this one clip where I'm literally running with my stick and my camera at the same time, and I'll see if I can find it. But that's also where people were telling me like, oh my goodness, your editing is so good. And I think that's what sort of made me lean into like, oh, maybe I should do something with it, you know, maybe I should do something with that. Favorite movie? La La Land. Yeah, La La Land. I love everything about it. Oh, my sister's calling me. Hello. Books you would recommend? Give me 1 second. I'm so glad someone asked this question because I love reading. Okay, so we got different genres here. For fiction, this is a mystery novel. There's like 5 books. It's called A Murder in Time, and it's super interesting. It's about how this like FBI agent accidentally travels back in time like 200 years to like 1812, and she's like trying to figure out how to go back into her own time frame, but then a murder happens and she has to solve it there. And super interesting, but definitely recommend. Second up, we got, I don't know what this classifies under. It's under business and philosophy. It's called The Black Swan by, hello, focus. The Black Swan by Nassim Nicholas Talib. Guys, I'm really bad with pronunciation. But basically, how do I explain this? Like outliers and how they affect our lives. But yeah, you just kind of have to read it to find out. Like, I can't really say much about it, but I think it's something to really challenge your thinking. Yeah, I really like it. Alright, now these two. Okay, so both of these, this one I thrifted for $3 when I was going thrifting, which I love thrifting. I was in Value Village. And I happened to come across this book, and it interested me because the title said, If Aristotle Ran General Motors. And it kind of shows like what modern day business is missing, which is, in these it talks about 4 virtues, which is truth, beauty, goodness, and unity, and how that can really make a business successful. And I really like that because I think that a lot of times in business, people really just focus on, you know, it's like transactional and it's not very relational. Yeah, it basically talks about ethics in business, and it says, written for a new ethics in business for a workplace where openness and integrity are the rule rather than the exception. So, highly recommend. I think that, you know, business is involved sort of anywhere you go, and I think that especially for, you know, the generation creating new businesses, I think that if everyone embodied these sort of ethics, then the world would be a better place. But that is only my take. Okay, last but not least, this is probably one of my favorite books, and I found this book for free on a random shelf. It's called Success is the Quality of Your Journey by Jennifer James, and it was written in 1983, but basically it just has like pages of like prose, I guess. I think I would classify it as like self-help, but it's something that really just like, I think it's like things that everyone should sort of know and everyone should read. And I think this book really helped me see life in a different perspective. And just be grateful. And I think one of the biggest takeaways from this book is literally just the title, Success is the Quality of Your Journey. Because I feel like so many people are focused on attaining success, whatever that means to them. But they don't stop to, you know, enjoy things along the way, which is really cliche, but ultimately true. So yeah, those are my suggestions for you. Let's go on to the next questions. Sorry guys, I yap a lot. Opinion on dating apps. Wow guys, you guys are asking some really juicy questions. Not for me. I know people that like it's work for them and like that's great, but I think specifically for me and I guess my morals and my perspective on life, personally don't really like it. But again, that's just my take. I know that like everyone else is different, so whatever works for you, ultimately like go ahead. But just for me, like I don't really approve of it. Do an episode in Chinese with subtitles. Will do, King. Bangs routine. I will do that. My bangs really look great, but in the future. What's your MBTI? Oh, INFJ, and if I recall, it's the most rare personality type, so. Oh my god, my back's hurting. Okay. Why did you choose to go into kinesiology? Okay, fun fact, kinesiology was actually my last option. When I was choosing universities, I originally wanted to do nursing. But I think that also in the back of my head, I was like, not really sure if I want to commit to nursing, because like once you choose nursing, like that's the only pathway. You don't have other options. So I wanted to keep my mind a bit more open, and I chose kinesiology as sort of like a backup, just in case like in the future I didn't want to do nursing anymore. And I'm very glad that I did go into kinesiology, because number one, I never in my life would ever consider doing nursing now. And number two, I think that I just learned so much from kinesiology, and like not to even glaze or anything, but it's just like there's so much knowledge that comes out of kinesiology that I think everyone should know, like how important physical activity is, how important it is to move, and like the things that physical activity and sports can do for you in life and do for the world. Crazy stuff. But yeah, I'm currently applying to masters in kinesiology, so hopefully that goes well. But I think I'm definitely choosing to pursue a master's, just because I think that health is wealth, you know? Without health, you are nothing. Like, so many people neglect their health because they're busy chasing after other things, whether that be money, success, power, whatever you think of. But like, without your health, you can't do any of those things. So like, you know what I mean? And I think that people don't realize how important it is to have a healthy and functioning body, or even being able to move, until that's taken away from them, which is sad. But yeah, I'm also really interested in physiotherapy. So yeah, if you become more successful through social media, would you do it as a full-time job? It depends, really. I think that as much as I do really enjoy content creating, I think that if it were to be a full-time career, then I would have to look at it in terms of through a business lens. Because if I'm doing this full-time, then that would mean that I would need it to be able to sustain my life, right? I would have to think about money. And when it comes to content creation, I don't want to have to think of it like that. Then I have to think about, you know, what strategies can I do to increase views so I can get money, like those sort of things, like in collaborations. And one of my goals on this channel is that I really want to keep my content authentic and genuine, and I never want it to be tainted by things that could disrupt that. And especially when money comes into play, like it becomes a bit blurry. And I also want to say that for like everything, sometimes I think that things are best as a hobby rather than a career. Because I feel like once you think of it as a career, it almost ruins the hobby aspect, because then you have expectations. So it honestly depends. If I could do this, if I could get to a point where money is not a problem and I don't have to think about that, then maybe academic. Oh. Sorry guys, my camera shut down halfway. It said like the internal temperature was too high or something. So then I kind of got distracted and I ended up grinding at work, and it's like, it's an hour later. Anyways, let's get back on track. Yeah, I really didn't prepare for this, but I feel like that's what makes it better, you know? Like, we're not trying to be scripted out here. We're trying to be genuine. We're trying to be real, okay? I always want to be real with you guys. So, let it be, okay? Let it be. Okay, anyways, yeah, like, guys, I just swallowed Aquaphor. Like, in the future, don't worry guys, like there will be a bunch of funny edits, there will be like really like engaging stuff, but I think for my first video, I don't mind it being like more like natural and stripped down, because I feel like it's almost like a metaphor, you know? It's almost like this is me, you know? Okay, sorry, let me just get to the point. If you become more successful, oh yeah, I think I was talking about if I would do it as a full-time job. I think academics will always be a really like strong foundation of my life, and I think that I don't ever really want to stray away from it, meaning that like what I'm trying to say is just that I want to be smart and I want to be intelligent, and I don't want to ever lose that. So I think that as much as I do really love content creating, I feel like it brings me an immense amount of fulfillment. For now, I think that I would only ever consider it as a side thing. And the main thing is to focus on school and those sort of things. But obviously, you know, like that can change. Like who knows, maybe in a year or so I'll be like, oh yeah, I would love to do it full time. But I think that for right now, my answer is probably not. Since when have you started content creating? Do you like it? When I officially started content creating? Probably this December. Like I have content created before, but it was never anything really serious. But I think that this December, I actually remember this very clearly. I was sitting in my car and I was going back to Toronto because I am not from here. And I don't know why, but suddenly in my head, I thought of this idea and I was like, what if I combine my passions with kinesiology? Because I felt like I didn't really have a work-life balance. I think that school is really just taking up my whole life, you know, hashtag uoft. And like, it's like, imagine I could combine what I'm really, really passionate about with stuff I'm doing in school. Like that to me, I was like, whoa guys, like whoa. And one of my passions was video creating, video editing, everything in that realm, and like just, you know, filming. So I was like, what if I tried something else? So I decided, and I still have this note with me actually. I know it says January 20th, but that's like when because I like, kept editing it. I literally wrote, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is gonna be, it's gonna be called BLOOMI'S, which I'll also tell you where that came from. And then I had my whole like bio. Originally it was gonna be like, anyway, sorry, I'm getting off track here. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I started taking it seriously in December and I posted this video. Oh, hello? This one right here. In the beginning, you know, I was sort of focused on like that very like aesthetic format that you would see. Very common. But then I was like, what if I like actually acted like a human being? Sorry. Like what if I actually, you know, put some personality into it? And over the break, I decided to create that really silly gym video, like the workout with me, like this one. Because, you know, like that is also who I am. And it blew up to my surprise. I just made it for jokes and then it actually was like, it blew up. Right now it has 2 million views on TikTok and I was like, what the heck just happened? And I had 2,000 followers and then I woke up that morning and I literally had 40K. I was like, guys, what just happened? Like, what just happened? Where was I going with this? Sorry guys, I get like off track sometimes. Yeah, and then since then I was kind of like, okay, well, it's time to take this a bit more seriously. And I decided to sort of switch up my branding, I guess, how I portrayed myself. And I was like, you know what? Before I really just wanted to be sort of like really aesthetic, informational, not too much about myself. But then after that, I was like, girl, like, let's be genuine. Let's just be crazy, you know, let's just show who I am. Because I felt like I want to be authentic. Like I mentioned like 10 million times in this video. And yeah, and then ever since, I have gotten so many lovely messages from people saying how like I inspired them to go to the gym and like I made the gym look fun again, like those sort of things. And like it's not even just like one sentence things, like there have been so many people who have sent me like paragraphs and like it means so much to me, like because that is really what makes me fulfilled in life, like being able to help people and being able to inspire people like that. Just like, so I was very, very thankful for that. And so to answer your question, do you like it? Yes, I really do like it. Do I get stressed sometimes? Definitely. But overall, definitely really do like it. It's just kind of hard to balance with school right now. Like, not to like brag, like this is not a means to brag or anything, but just like to be honest, like I am balancing 5-ish things right now. Like I'm doing research right now. I'm also doing a physiotherapist placement and I'm trying to, you know, maintain my GPA. And I also have this and I also have lacrosse. So I'm not sure how I'm really able to do all this stuff right now. I think I just haven't thought about it hard enough to be stressed. So I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm gonna pretend I'm not doing much. Does an ergonomic mouse actually make a difference? This is my ergonomic mouse. Honestly, yes. And I'm not saying that just because I'm in kinesiology and like ergonomics is like what we study and stuff like that. But like I think that Actually, no, sorry guys, I'm not gonna get all scientific. This is an intro video. I will explain this later, but definitely, yes, I think it's nice. But maybe, I don't know. That's just me. What inspired you to make vlogs? Because you're inspiring me to start. Yes, start now, okay? There's no time better than now. What inspired me? I think I already talked about that. But I think it's just because, you know, my whole life I realized I had a sort of affinity towards it and I just leaned towards it, and here we are. Favorite artist? I assume you mean musical artists? Guys, I love questions like these. I love music so much. Okay, definitely the Marias. Daniel Caesar, classic. Let me see, I actually have an app. I have an app. It's called Stats FM. I literally paid for a subscription, but it shows you your Spotify like statistics. So let's just go in here because it's hard to think off the top of my head. Faye Webster, Cigarettes After Sex, Lana Del Rey, Don Toliver, Playboy Cardi, Phoebe Bridgers, Frank Ocean, obviously, Del Water Gap, underrated, Uzi, The Neighborhood, Omar Apollo. Yeah, those are just some. I listen to everything like I said earlier. Okay, next up, what are your hobbies / interests? Guys, you guys are low-key in for a treat on this channel because I feel like this girl loves to do everything. I have so many hobbies and interests that I feel like I will never run out of any ideas, meaning that you guys will always be entertained. So, hobbies and interests. I think I actually made a post about this on my Instagram. Visual arts and communication, so whether that's like video editing or filming or just anything in that realm. Graphic design, love that. English. I love philosophy, I love psychology, writing, reading, poems. There was a period of time where I started writing a book and I got 30k words in, and then I was like, I don't like this anymore. So then I scrapped it. But I think that there was a solid month where every single day I would work on it. Even though it never went anywhere, I think that it was nice to keep me occupied, and I think that my writing also improved from it. Another hobby, Spotify. Spotify is my hobby, guys. I love creating playlists on Spotify. I think I have 500 playlists. They're not all public. But I just really love music as well. I feel like one of the things that I really like is storytelling. So any outlet that can tell a story, like, I really love. I think that's also why I really love like filming, editing, reading, you know, writing, because like all of those can convey a story. And I just feel like music is just so, like, the way it can tell a story and the emotions that it can convey are just amazing. And when you combine that all together, what do you have? A movie, cinematography, which I also love. I also sew occasionally. I don't know if you can, I'm not gonna bring it out, but yes, I like to sew. Sometimes I thrift and then I end up thrift flipping. So if it's like too loose or anything, I'll sew it. I've altered a lot of my clothes. And painting, eating. I really love eating. I also like cooking and baking. Fashion. I like the concept of fashion. When it comes to me being fashionable, there's a bit of a gap. There's a little gap. But I do like the concept of fashion a lot. Interior design. Again, I like it as a concept. I had a lamp that was hanging here and it fell. So this is the vibes now. I just put it on a... This is my DIY lamp. Oh, that's also one of my hobbies. I like DIY. I like finding ways to do things creatively. There's honestly like so many more things that I could list that I like, but I will just keep it at that because honestly, bro, I think I've been filming for like 2 hours straight and like it's no. Oh my goodness, how could I forget, guys? Yeah, so my middle name in Chinese is yuqing, and the direct translation is rain clear or after the rain. And the reason why that's my middle name is because before I was born, it was like raining, and then after I was born, the sun came out, I feel like that's like really beautiful to me, and I feel like I often use it as a metaphor to navigate life. Like, you know, like the sun will always come out. Nothing is ever temporary. I mean, never, what? Nothing is ever permanent. Like the you know, the rain is never permanent. You know, it's always, the sun will always come out. And I was also born on a Sunday, so I thought that was really beautiful to me. I really like flowers as well, and particularly sunflowers. So guys, tie it all together. What do you have? Bloomy, right here. Also, yeah, my name, Bloomy. How did I even get Bloomy? I think it's just because I like flowers and I thought about bloom, and then the E was just like for fun. I was like, Bloomy, that sounds like cute, so let's just go with it. And here we are. But on the note of flowers, guys, if you guys didn't know already, I feel like I just really love that metaphor, and I really use it to navigate like all aspects of my life. And especially for this channel, I think one of my mottos, I guess, is thriving. I want you guys to thrive with me, whether that means like, you know, you enjoying my content, you getting a good laugh out of it, or it motivates you and inspires you, or like you learn something new. Like that to me would make me really happy as well. So that's the whole point of my channel. Thrive with me, and in the future you guys will just hear me use so many flower metaphors probably. So be prepared for it. What even was the question again? Because I don't even think that was the question. I think we're talking about hobbies, interests. Dang, bros. I need to sit down. Okay, let's try to wrap this up soon. Okay, nice. Okay. How do you edit your videos and make them comedic? Humor can't be taught. Like, I don't even know, when I sit down to edit, I don't even know like what I'm even gonna edit. It just comes to me. And I just go with it, and then I end up with something that I'm like, dang, I didn't even know this was gonna be like this, but say less. But yeah, oh my god, another thing that I want to talk about is that so many people were saying like, oh my gosh, your editing reminds me of 2019. So many people were saying that. And I was actually thinking about it. I was like, why 2019? Like, what is so special about that year? Why do I edit like I'm in 2019? And I realized that's literally the year that I stopped watching YouTube. After that year, I never took YouTube seriously anymore. I stopped watching. I stopped like actually like I used to be the type of person I would open YouTube and watch every single day. And then after 2019, I don't know what happened, but I was like, whatever. So I think that like my brain has just been stuck in that era. And honestly, I'm good with that. How do you lock in, like devoting your energy into something you want? Great question, guys. How do I lock in? How do I lock in? Wait, that's a great question. Well, I think I have several methods for locking in. I think there's the calm way, which is I set my intentions, you know, I'm calm, I'm peaceful. You know, if it's for schoolwork, I would wake up, I don't check my phone, and I just like have a peaceful morning, you know, my mind is clear. Or there's the polar opposite where I listen to like villain arc music, and I just have 808s blasting in my ear, and I will not stop at something until I'm done. And I will like use like the craziest scenarios to give me motivation, guys. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, I will literally convince like if I'm in the gym, guys, I think I mentioned this in one of my videos, but literally I'm like, if I don't do this, my dog's gonna die. Like, I literally, guys. And also, I am the type of person that if I truly want something, I will not stop until I get it. Which has backfired on me sometimes, but it is disappointing, like after you put so much effort into something, just to realize like, you know, you can't have it, or it's not meant for you, and you have to like admit it and be like, oh, okay, sunk cost fallacy, guys. But typically, once I set my mind on something, usually like there's not much that other people can do to like change my mind. So I think that's also just a me thing. But in terms of like really locking in, I think that it's also important to examine your values and examine, you know, does this thing that I'm chasing actually mean anything to me? Like, because I think that it's so easy to lock in on something if it's actually something that has value towards yourself, which I will definitely make a video about, like how to study productively and stuff like that. But yeah, that's generally how I lock in. Okay, I think that's all the Q&A actually. Okay, what else do I want to address in this video? Okay, let's talk more about the goals of my channel. The main things that I want to promote on this channel are honesty and transparency and authenticity. And yeah, being genuine. Like, as much as like I joke around so much, as you guys can see on my TikTok, I think to counteract that, I also have a part of me that is equally as like, you know, like genuine and sincere. You know, on a real note, guys, on a real note, I never want to make content that ever like deceives people or is for like another purpose, like I don't want to like get money or something. And if I ever do accept like collaborations with brands, or like I'm showing you guys something that's sponsored, it will always be stuff that I think that I like, or I think that the brand themselves is reputable, they're ethical, those sort of things. I don't want to set you guys up for false expectations. Like, I don't want to create content that makes you guys like go after something that's unrealistic. Like, I just want to be real. I just want to be transparent, because I feel like nowadays with social media, everything is just so fake and so scripted and curated, and like what is real anymore? You know what I mean? So as much as I did really want to like dress up for this, I want to look nice, I want to be prepared, I want to like edit this really nicely, I think that at the end of the day, I'm good with this. And I hope you guys are too, because I want to show that, you know, my channel is gonna be real. It's gonna be like, I want to give like big sister vibe, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just here to give you guys advice. I'm here for you guys to grow with me. I want to like make sure that all you guys are thriving as well. And I want to do that in a way that it feels like we're literally friends and we're like on FaceTime or something, you know what I mean? And I do want to build a relationship with you guys, because that's also one of my biggest morals in life, like building genuine connections with people. GG's, bro. The camera died, so we're gonna finish it on my phone here. But oh, actually, one more thing I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about the type of content I'm gonna create on my YouTube. Obviously, it's gonna be like longer videos. I already have ideas that I really want to do. Like, I'll definitely do more like in-depth like fitness stuff, but I'll also do like practical stuff as well, like giving you guys advice on certain things. And I definitely want to talk more about like how to stay motivated, giving you guys motivation and like tips, especially for school and also for like eating. That's gonna be it for this intro video. I'm sorry, that's like, I know I said I wanted to be authentic and stuff like that, but I know it's not the best organized. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it anyways, and in the future these videos will obviously be edited better, and you know. But thank you guys so much for watching my first YouTube video. And I'm actually currently locked out of my TikTok account again, because I got hacked the other day and I submitted the request to TikTok and they ended up blocking me out of my own account. So I will see you guys all next time, and bye. Love y'all.